This video is about when we're overly focused on goals that we want to achieve in the future. We will spend a lot of time feeling like we're stuck in a miserable struggle towards that goal. And we'll only be able to feel satisfied and fulfilled very shortly when we've reached that goal until we find the next goal. On the other hand, if we focus on what's important to us right now, we can experience fulfillment every single day, even if we haven't achieved the goal that we're striving towards yet. Hey there, and welcome here or welcome back. This is Becoming an Expert at Self-Leadership, and this channel is dedicated to supporting you in living your best life. One thing that really stands in the way of living our best life is when we're overly focused on goals. When we have this assumption that I can only be happy if I've reached my next goal, if I have passed this exam, reached this career milestone, have this much money on my bank account, have these many Instagram followers, have a partner and my own family, when I can finally retire from work, etc., etc., etc. When our next goal is our only focus, we can only be fulfilled and content, satisfied very shortly, and that is when we've reached the goal. Because you know what happens once we've reached a goal. We find the next goal to strive towards. So living a goal-focused life is a life where we put our life on pause and struggle towards a goal. And once we've reached it, we celebrate a bit, then put our life on pause again and struggle again, which can feel miserable for long stretches of time. Now, the solution to this is not to give up on goals. Goals are good, they're important, but goals need to be an external anchor for something that is important to us, for a meaningful inner journey. If the meaning of our goals gets lost, we'll be dissatisfied for long stretches in our life. And the solution is to live a value-focused life. If we live guided by our values, we can be fulfilled not only when we've reached the goal, but throughout the whole journey. What is a value? To explain what it means to live a value-focused life, I'd like to contrast goals and values with each other. Goals are, first of all, something that can be checked off a to-do list. Like, pass this exam, be rich, be famous, achieve this stage in life. Those are all things that can be checked off. And once they're checked off, you need another thing. Values, on the other hand, are ongoing. Values are present when you've reached the goal. They're still present. They can't be checked off. And they're also present when you haven't reached the goal yet. Goals focus on what we want to achieve. And values focus on how we want to do the things that we do from moment to moment. What qualities do we want to bring in to being active? And why do we do the things that we do? Goals are mostly extrinsic, external. They can also be something internal, but mostly they're external. And values are always intrinsic. They are, as Russ Harris says, our heart's deepest desire. Goals are fixed, meaning that you either achieve it or you don't, or you achieve it partially, but you can't achieve the same purpose by exchanging the goal. Whereas values are flexible, meaning that there's hundreds of different ways of living a value in every moment. And if you can't live it in this way, then you can live it in another way. Goals and values don't exclude each other. They can function well together, side by side. The danger is that goals can drown values out. They can become so loud and present in our mind that we forget our values. And in order to not have this happen, we need to, first of all, find answers to questions like, what is important to me? What do I want my life to stand for? What do I want to be like? Who do I want to be? How do I want to interact with others? What are the qualities that I want to bring in my everyday activities? And then we need to remind ourselves of these values every single day. Finding the values behind our goals. So you may now look at your life and see the next goal and ask yourself, but what is the value behind that? And how can I express that value right now? And there's a great question you can ask yourself to deduce these actions that you can take right now based on your values from your current goals. And that is, which purpose does this goal serve? For example, let's say you're working towards becoming a social worker. One way to approach this goal is to say, I can only really start living my life once I've reached that goal. Once I've gone through the education and training, once I've passed the exams and landed my first job. That will make the next couple of years feel quite tight, tense, struggly. Another way to approach it is to ask yourself, what is the purpose behind this goal? Why do I want to be a social worker? Well, because I like helping people. And that is a value that you can live by right now. And that'll help you experience the joy of living that value on your journey and not only after or when you've reached your goal. And you may end up joining a meaningful cause, serving food to the homeless, being kind and supportive to friends and families, strangers. There's hundreds and millions of ways of expressing the value of helping people. Or let's say your next goal is to find a partner to spend your life and raise a family with. Ask yourself, what is the purpose behind that goal? And you may say, I want to experience and I value connection, unconditional love, and the mutual support that is there in families. And again, that is something you can live by right now. You can call or text a friend, ask them how they are, and if there's anything that you can do to help. You can write a postcard to your grandma, spend some time with a friend, help your friends with their kids, spend some time with their kids, visit the neighbor, plan a trip with someone that's close to you. Again, there's hundreds of different ways of living the value of connection, mutual support, and unconditional love. Or another common goal is for people to want to be popular and appreciated. Then again, you can ask, what is the purpose of that goal? Will I feel more loved and more like I can be myself? Like I can be more authentic? Well, then we can all be authentic right now. We don't have to be popular to be ourselves. And then you can ask yourself, what is one small thing that I can do today to be more authentic? Living values focused like this really shifts our experience in life from focusing on lack to a life of inspired action that sees opportunity. And it'll even help you reach your goals better because you will set goals that are based on values. And that's a lot more motivating. And this constant experience, this daily experience of living your values adds extra fuel of motivation. Living values-focused allows us to appreciate the journey of life and not only celebrate when we've reached a milestone. So the purpose of this video was to support you in finding fulfillment, inspiration, authenticity, and joy in living your values. I hope it does that. If you're new here and you'd like to join the Self-Leadership Experts community, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Till next time, take care, and remember, you don't have to wait with your life. You don't have to postpone life until you've reached a goal. You can find fulfillment by living a values-focused life right now, right where you are.